Hi again everyone, I'm Jimmy Rosario for Sweatshop Fitness. Today we're going to talk about 7 myths which most of our clients have come up to us and asked us if it's true or not. Okay, so exercise is a very good thing, but there are lots of things or theories that people believe that are right or wrong. So let me point out 7 of those which we've picked that are the most common, which our members ask us. So one of the main reasons that people come to us is for weight loss. Okay, so I'm going to talk about most of the myths that are connected to weight loss. Okay, so number 1 is exercise alone will help you lose weight. So what you really need to see results is not go on online and check everything on the internet, on social media. Okay, remember that you have to combine a diet. You can speak to a nutritionist, combine a diet. Most of our clients, even group clients, personal clients, corporates, what they do is we combine a good nutritional plan together with the exercise. So you have a 2-pronged approach. You're working on the exercise from here and you're working from the diet from here, and that way you can bring your weight down faster. So the number 1, the easiest way to explain is this thermogenesis. So you have to get more activity and less intake. So basically we are looking at a calorie deficit. So you have to take the same amount of calories as your BMR, or maybe slightly higher than your BMR with your activity levels, and to target a good weight loss program. So let's look about, you must be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So no amount of exercise can actually change those the laws of thermodynamics, if you will. So let's say that you must take in less energy, which is food, than you actually expend. So if you're going to have a 600 calorie workout plus another maybe 1,500 to 1,600 calories of thermogenesis and activity, then you need to look at taking less than 2,000 calories of energy or food per day. So like we said in the last video, we're going to talk about NEAT, non-exercise activities that leads to non-exercise thermogenesis. We can use that throughout the day, and they're very influential, especially in the beginning of someone's weight loss journey. Okay, so taking steps, doing other activities, or home work at home, that's a great way to keep the calories just burning. Also, if you have an activity band, it can always show you how much calories you're roughly burning through just these kind of activities that are not exercise. Examples of this are walking and standing instead of sitting. Right, those are really ones. So generally just get active, but just moving. Don't think about it as always being active and lifting stuff and pushing or running or walking fast. But remember also at the same time that nutrition always and also plays a major role. Myth number 2 is the more you sweat, the more fat you burn. I had a conversation with 2 people, and this couple where they said that she feels that her husband is burning more calories. Okay, because he's always sweating more. Lots of members at the gym, they tend to switch the AC off or reduce the power of the AC, so increase the temperature, hoping that they will sweat more. It's just like an example, like we take a car. If you drive a car in the cold, or if you drive the car in the desert, it's still going to use up fuel. That's a typical example. All right, so slower pace workouts don't necessarily leave you like dripping sweat, like maybe walking or lifting weights. Okay, that generally doesn't, but they are still really key factors in burning calories. So you have to work on that and keep your metabolism high, and the more lean muscle you have, the less body fat you'll have, because the lean muscle tends to leach off the fat. Number 3 is about soreness. They think that the more sore you are, the better. Okay, that is also a very common myth. So they tell me, man, 2 days later I still feel sore. That was an awesome workout. It mainly happens because you've tried a new exercise, and that's working on a new technique or new group of muscles, or you have increased the intensity on a certain exercise. So they always feel that if they are not feeling sore, they didn't really work out. They really didn't feel it. That is always not the case. Remember, there are lots of cases where less is more. So people feel, especially gents, they feel that they wasted their time, or they feel like the no pain, no gain theory, which again is a very dangerous thing to have in your system. For if you feel that if you really didn't hurt yourself, you really didn't get anywhere. So there's a thing called progressive overload. It's very simple, where you just keep on increasing the intensity or the weight which of the exercise. So focus on increasing the workload, not the pain. You'll achieve your weight loss and exercise toning goals. Number 4 is you can burn off a meal. You can make up for something you ate. Okay, so something like a big chocolate brownie that can be as much as even 400 calories. A typical 1 hour workout will maybe take about 600 calories, which we measure it on our activity bands. But it's very easy to consume that amount of calories you have lost. Okay, so it's very important to consistently try to offset the splurges. So you always think that you really need to work hard. I'm going to do a 100 km cycle ride to burn off 1 kottu. Okay, that's a typical example which lots of people take. So junk food, I'm going to burn off that burger by doing a 100k ride or running a 5k. Okay, so usually it'll take about 600 calories to run a 10k. Okay, so that's a lot of effort. So instead what we tell people is it's better to enjoy your guilt. Okay, so you had that cupcake, you had that chocolate, get it out of your system. It's already done and dusted, it's gone. So don't kill yourself, don't run the guilt. During that process you'll run into a bit of a mood swing, and the chances of eating something are increased. Something unhealthy or sweet are very high during that guilt trip or guilty period. So myth number 5 is the more you exercise, the more you'll lose, or the faster you'll lose weight. That is necessarily not the case. Okay, one of the principles when we study exercise and sports science is that we look at a theory called overtraining. Okay, your body needs to rest and recover. So you need at least 2 days. If you're a very hard worker, maybe even up to 3 days of rest. Okay, so maybe 1 every 2 days, 1 every 3 days. Almost, so it's active rest, so you're just doing stuff around the house, you're not really working out or running or lifting weights. Okay, so if they repair, they'll get stronger. So the first thing we usually tell our clients is that after a workout, even before you hit the shower, try and get your meal in. Okay, within an hour, try and have your meal, have your nutrition within an hour finishing your workout, and even the shower can be even later after that. Okay, make sure also that you're having cold showers, not warm showers. So cold shower will easily fix up your muscles, reduce inflammation, and get you to bounce back with less soreness even faster. Okay, so coming back to overtraining, if you have muscles, more muscle mass, and therefore it feeds off the calories, it feeds off the fat, so that naturally burns. So you can actually burn more muscle while seated in one place. So you can actually burn more fat by just having more muscle. The more muscle you have, the more fat you will burn doing nothing, just sitting in a chair, for example. So remember the last video where we talked about cortisol, okay, the stress hormone? We can just call it the fight or flight response hormone. So it's a good thing. So for example, if you're trying to outrun an animal, say like a dog attacks you or something, the body responds that you can react to that quickly. So too much exercise can lead to excess cortisol production, which in turn causes you to eat more and sleep less. Okay, one of the key factors to know if you are overtraining is you have messed up sleep and you're very moody, and sometimes you can actually gain weight. So try to get 1 to 2 days rest every week and give your body a chance to recover. And myth number 6, lots of trainers, even trainers will tell you this, that cardio is the best way to lose weight. Okay, that's also, you couldn't be farther from the truth. So building muscle by doing resistance training, calisthenics or weights, really works to build muscle. The more muscle, like we explained in the previous point, the less fat you will have. So a lot of people think that just because they burn calories during like a 45-minute cardio session, then a 45-minute weight session are very common. They just continue to do cardio because that will give them a maximum calorie burn. Also remember that always really hitting hard won't actually burn your fat off. It will increase your cardiovascular health and strengthen your lungs, and maybe if it's something like running, you strengthen your legs up to a certain degree. But usually fat burn is at a lower heart rate, okay, so around 100, 110, 120 maybe. That's usually where you are 50% of a maximum heart rate. That's the zone what you will be burning your fat. It's called a fat burning zone. Okay, so what people are not considering is the EPOC or EPOC. So it's excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, which is the concept of continuing to burn calories even after the workout. So if your heart rate was hitting really high, what we always talk about, the example of HIT, and then it drops down, it's still in a fat burning zone. But you can also just stay in the fat burning zone for longer to get results. Okay, so lifting weights also, it helps build muscle but helps you retain it. As you lose fat, you can retain muscle as well. So cardio, especially long sessions of cardio, can make you lose muscle. Okay, and helps to continue to burn calories long after your workouts are over as well. So you'll feel that little burn. It's not the soreness, it's a little burn that you'll sometimes feel. Okay, so I'm not saying just totally dump your cardio, but don't forget to take those lifting sessions as well, because you need to do cardio, because this is the hub. Okay, it's like an infrastructure project which you're doing to develop a city. Okay, you can just keep building houses and roads, but you need to make sure that the water and the electricity is constantly being supplied. So the same way you're exercising, you need to focus on your heart being able to give out the blood, take the nutrients into the muscles, give the oxygen, bring back the carbon dioxide and the waste. So a little bit of cardio is good, but don't always rely on cardio for fat burn. Last but not least, you can target areas where you burn fat, is what some trainers will tell you. Okay, a very common mistake, especially ladies have, is they think they can do some bicep work, some tricep work and lose these bingo wings. Women just tend to store fat more here and here, where men will store fat here. It's just how men and women are different. A typical example or mistake that what people think is that doing crunches, you burn your belly fat off. That doesn't really happen. Okay, so if you can build all around strength, so what we usually do, core workouts, ab workouts, we do that to strengthen the muscles that surround your spinal cord. Okay, yes, in the process you can bring down, so you have to hit and build the core. So a stronger core, it's lots of exercises. So instead of doing crunches, there are so many other exercises you can focus on to bring your belly fat or your belly down. So focus on doing a more full body workout, more legs, more back. Okay, usually guys always work on chest and arms, but then do a little bit of cardio, do a lot of leg work, especially with more and more people working from home, do a lot of back work. All right, so strengthen. You can work on better posture. As soon as you realize that you're in pretty bad seating posture while you're doing your work, then you know that definitely your back is weak. You need to work on strengthening your back for good posture. So speak to one of our trainers who can design a program for you. Nishani and Manidu can do that for you. And in the process, what we do is, yes, if you do maybe 1,000 ab reps, you will have definition, definitely. But we're not talking about just the effectiveness and the efficiency. It's about the bigger picture. So you'll have faster results, less injuries, and hit the right spot. You're doing the right thing and you're doing the thing right. So thanks for watching, guys. On our next video, we'll be talking about visceral fat, the fat that is here. If you've already done one of our body composition scans, you will know how high or low your visceral fat level is. So if you want more information about our body composition scans and how it works and how we can measure your visceral fat, click on the link above and we will guide you to our video on body composition. Till then, take care, guys. I'm Jimmy Rosario for Sweatshop Fitness.